Hi, I'm Nancy Yahner with Love to List and Keller Williams Realty, and I am coming to you from the heart of my home, my kitchen. And every Wednesday, I like to pop in and check in, and I provide some information, a little real estate, a little health, a little home, and we love to support our local businesses as well. So like to bring a little added value and a little fun. All right. So today is my third part series, part three, about aging, buy and sell, aging well. Okay. And because I am a primary caregiver, I wanted to share some tips and lessons that I've learned over the past 13 months. And anyhow, before we do that, though, I did want to share with you a little real estate tip on Reston condo. If you're looking for new construction and you're looking for a more unique product, Reston has a ton of high-rise condominiums with garage and elevator. They also have a ton of garden-style condos, which are the kind that you walk up maybe 3 or 4 levels, okay? What they don't have a lot of, very few, is garden style condos with an elevator and a garage, so parking underneath the building. And so, and this is located just, a mile or two down the road is the Wheeling Metro. So the location is fantastic. The pricing is great. The floor plan, they call them the flats. So if you know of anyone or are interested in yourself, I'd love to show you those condos. And we just sold a beautiful one. We sold the model. And so anyways, that was very exciting. I wanted to share that with you. So I am a primary caregiver for my mother-in-law, and I do want to let you know that she is wonderful to be a caregiver too. I have met other families, other clients that don't have necessarily the best of scenarios, and not all are as wonderful as mine. So it's just been a blessing and an honor to take care of her. Really, she's easy and she's the world's politest patient. So anyways, I'm really fortunate to have this opportunity. And I've learned a lot about life and myself, my mother-in-law, and my friends and family over the past 13 months. Many of you know that last September, my mother-in-law ended up in hospice, and she was there for 6 months and she graduated. She actually, we offered for her to come about 7 years ago. She was 89 at the time and healthy and mobile. And I hadn't ever really thought about this part of it. Of course, I'm not naive. We're all going to pass someday. We just don't know when that is. We're not promised tomorrow. But I hadn't really thought about this part of it being this involved in her care. And I have to say, I think God had a plan, because when I downsized my business, I still work a lot. It's just my volume has changed, and what my role is changed within my career, because I'm not managing a big team. So I think it's a lot like parents, that work outside of the home. You basically have 2 full-time jobs, and that's the way it's been for me the last 13 months. And so I have some tips to share with you, and 4 tips about my role, like what you might want to expect, or what are some good things to do if you are a primary caregiver. I think I will do a follow-up that if you're not the primary caregiver, might be some good information I can provide as well there. But I wanted to give 4 tips and then 4 lessons that I've learned, and I hope you find this useful. So the first thing is communication. Communication, right? And what's really important about communication is that I encourage people to be as specific as possible. People cannot read your mind, right? And if you want to have a healthy, positive environment and experience, you need to communicate what your needs are. So for instance, when my mother-in-law graduated from hospice the first time, there was a lot of things to manage. And one of the things right away, it was like, what is going to work for my time? So I said, I need like 3 days a week help and I need a Saturday help. So we have a med tech that comes, Pam, we love her. And she comes 9 to 1, 3 days a week. And then I always have help on Saturdays. We also have a little visiting angel that comes on Wednesdays in the afternoon. So being specific for what you need and what's going to work for you. The other thing that I've communicated is that I really need communication back. Like, it's important that people communicate with me, especially if they're planning on coming, or they're, about dinners or food, things like that. It's just important that I'm communicated to as well. So also with communication, I think it's really important to communicate what's going on in Minnie's life. And it's really fun to send a family text about, hey, Minnie's had a great day, right? And it's not so fun when you have to communicate that things aren't going as well and whatnot. So, but it's important to communicate. They're not here, and I'm kind of like the eyes and ears, if you will, for Minnie. All right. So I did write some notes because there's quite a bit to say. So communication. The other thing is don't take things too personally. All right. So, and I will tell you, you have to be very prepared. Everyone will have an opinion, and everyone doesn't really seem to have a problem to tell you what the opinion is either. So, and everyone means well. So that's why I say, please don't take it personally, because, people handle all of this so differently, right? Some people are really emotional. Some people are more like on task, like come in and, on task, like get something done and leave. Some people are like linger, and some people are vocal. Some people are quiet. So don't take any of that too personally, okay? Because everyone is dealing with times when people are aging and having some health issues differently. So really come from a place of what they're going through as well, right? So number 3, of course, you have to make sure that you take care of yourself, on a daily basis. Make sure, like for me to get my workout or my reflection time, my reading time, maybe talking to my family, or a friend. So it's really important that you take care of yourself, and that also that you get away, because you do need to recharge. And, Minnie's health and her care is pretty much part of my life from the time I wake up until I go to bed, and it's on my mind. So physically I'm there, but it's also the mental. So you do need to have a little downtime and recharge. So be sure to get away, and on a daily basis, take care of yourself. And then on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis, take care of yourself. The last kind of caregiving tip I have is to really take advantage of all the resources. Before Minnie went into hospice in September, she was really pretty mobile, and the senior center was fantastic for her. She loved it. And I actually think it's added to her long life, because she was so social and she had so much fun, and everyone loved Minnie there. So the senior center here in Purcellville, I can't thank them enough. I can't I look forward to someday maybe volunteering there, because I just think they're great quality people, and the connection and the community is really wonderful. So be sure to take advantage of your resources. We have had visiting angels, which were fantastic. We've had a private caregiver, Pam, as I mentioned, and the church, the church comes and gives Minnie communion on Sundays, and as well as the priest comes by to do a little visit. So the church has been great. And of course, I can't say enough about hospice. Blue Ridge Hospice is the best. They're always there when I call. They're added layer of support, however needed. Sometimes we need it more than not. So hospice, I will sing their praises to whoever is contemplating it. And I will tell you that, Minnie is back in hospice, and a while back we felt like she needed a little layer of support. So we called to get a reevaluation and they accepted her. And so it's been really, really helpful. And so I really encourage, if you have someone in your family, just that's local here that you're wondering, about how someone's aging or whatever, just pick up the phone and call hospice and they can come out and do a reevaluation or an evaluation. So those are for caregiving. Now, lessons learned. Lessons learned number one is caregiving is definitely, you will experience, which I didn't realize, every practical emotion you can imagine. It's a full range of emotion, right? And we've had a lot of fun times. We've had lots of laughs around here. We've had lots of crying around here. I'll never forget the time that Minnie and we spent, I don't know how long, looking for her teeth. And I finally said, Minnie, are you sure? Are you sure they're not in your mouth? And she went, oh my gosh. And we both laughed so hard. I had to go use the restroom. I was laughing so hard. I really thought I was going to wet my pants. Anyways, we laughed so hard. But my mother-in-law has a little saying, and it's called "Welcome to the 90s." And so anytime a little funny, personal, could be a hygiene thing, could be, someone comes into the house and they leave and something said. So we have so many cute memory or moments that happen on a regular basis, but there's a lot of tears and there's a lot of, not so fun stuff when someone's not feeling well, right? So you will definitely experience a range of emotion. Oh, and here's a big lesson that I learned. There is a lot more to manage than I ever realized. And actually, after my mother-in-law graduated in February, I went through a period, it was a short period, where I was really low. And I was low because I was questioning my caregiving abilities. I didn't have the opportunity to raise a family. And so, just little things like our medicine cabinet here has hardly any medicine in it because Jerry and I are really healthy. We just don't have any real health issues. So, and there's a lot of people to manage with the amount of people that come in. It's like a revolving door, and it's a whole scheduling thing. We've got social workers, church, friends, family, nurses, caregivers, companions, that come just on a regular basis. So there's people management, there's daily routine management of getting up, getting ready for the day, the meals, the evening routine, the medicines. So there's a lot of management, and I didn't realize that, and I felt really low there for a while. And then I realized, I am actually really good at this. And so I just kind of took my own truth and just was like, you know what, I am good at this, and I should feel really proud of the job that I'm doing here. So I want to let people know you may feel some low points, and it's okay. So let's see, two more. Oh, don't do it all. So I never was that type of person that I'm trying to do it all around here. So what I'm trying to encourage you, what I am really so fortunate about, is that there's certain things that aren't really my responsibility around here, even though I'm the primary caregiver. And let me give you an example. This is one. So I don't touch Minnie's finances. Another family member takes care of, there's actually a couple that look out. There's actually three, I think, that manage her funds and her checking and everything. So this is taken care of. I don't have to worry about it. Another thing that has really been helpful is, and that, it's kind of goes along with don't do it at all. I have some family members that actually bring meals, like ready-made meals, so I can just pop it in the microwave for her lunch or her dinner. And so even though I do cook for Jerry and I, to have these handy is really, really great. So having help with meals. And then the other thing that I don't have to really concentrate at all on her meds. So my one sister-in-law, she makes sure that we're like 2 to 3 weeks ahead and at a time, and really monitors the medications, which is a really big job. So if I had to do all of that, I don't think I would be able to. So I would encourage you, if you're the primary caregiver, to disseminate some of the and designate some of the responsibilities. And then I guess lastly, it's kind of the same line, but really, really lean into your support. As I mentioned, hospice has been amazing, and I've really leaned in on family. I've leaned on friends. So it's really good to just be open and just take advantage of the people that want to help, because that's what they want to do. They want to help, they want to support, and they care. And so let others come in and do their thing, allow them the freedom to do their thing when they're here. And that's been a really important thing for me, to I don't limit people coming and going. I want people to be with me how and when they can. I've always told the family that there's also no judgment here about any family member. We have a big family. I have a big family, and Jerry, there's 7 kids. So there's no judgment. Okay. People do what they can, how they can, when they can, where they can. Everyone has different responsibilities. Some people live close, some people are far, some people travel, some people have other family members on the other side of their family that they're taking care of. So everyone is doing the very best that they can, and they care and lean in, let them do what they need and want to do, and be calm about it. Sorry, Bella is asking to come up. My little Bella's got cushions. She's not feeling very well. So having said all of that, I feel really blessed, and as I mentioned, and honored to have the opportunity to be Minnie's caregiver. And I asked Minnie today, I said, Minnie, I'm doing my live today, which I'm not, because I had a problem, so I'm videoing it. And it's about caregiving. And I said, what do you think makes a good caregiver? And she said, really, without hesitation, she said, it's in your blood. And I said, oh, well, that's really interesting, because my mother-in-law took care of her mother-in-law and her mom. And I said, oh, so it's like a natural thing. And she said, yes. So that was beautiful. And I love you, Minnie Yahner. Thanks everyone for letting me share, and have a wonderful day. Thumbs up, lots of love, and keep smiling.